Alright, what's going on, you guys? Brian here with a quick recap of what happened on tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. So let's just get right into it. Of course, coming off the heels of SummerSlam this past Saturday night, that saw a lot of things happen. I did not watch SummerSlam. I'll probably wait till it comes out on DVD to see what happens, see what happened. But we heard from Becky Lynch, who suffered a shoulder injury in her match against Bianca Belair on Saturday night. She then would call out Bianca. They would hug, and then Bianca or Becky would leave the ring so that Bianca Belair could have the ring and talk about being the Raw Women's Champion and all that other stuff, and say what was on her mind. Afterwards, Bianca Belair would have to run to the backstage area because Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, who made their Bayley came back at SummerSlam this past Saturday, and she brought Dakota Kai and Io Sky with her on Saturday night, and they attacked Becky Lynch, and that's why Bianca Belair tried to run backstage to go after them, but when she got there, they were gone, and Becky was on the ground being checked by medical staff. We saw AJ Styles defeat Mustafa Ali and The Miz in a triple threat match. There were two triple threat matches on tonight's episode of Raw to determine who was going to be next in line for a shot at the U.S. title against Bobby Lashley. So Styles won the first one. That meant that he would come back later on in the night to face whoever won the second triple threat match, and then the winner of that particular match would go on to face Lashley next week. We heard from Bayley and company. We heard from the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos. We had a Seth Rollins and Street Profits promo that would lead to a match between Seth Rollins and Montez Ford. Montez Ford gave it his all against Rollins, but in the end it was Rollins picking up the win. We had Alexa Bliss versus Asuka that would end with Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky getting involved and attacking both women, which would lead to Bianca Belair coming out to make the save, and then Bianca would challenge any one of the three of them to a match later on in the show, which would turn out to be Io Sky accepting the challenge. We saw Ciampa win the second triple threat match, so that meant that he would go on to face AJ Styles later on in the show. Ciampa defeated Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable in this triple threat match. We heard from the Mysterios, who had an opportunity tonight at the undisputed tag team titles against the Usos in the main event. Io Sky and Bianca Belair. That match went to a no contest when Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka started brawling because Alexa Bliss and Asuka had their issues from earlier on in the show with Bayley and company. So they decided to come out during this match to even the odds, and then it really broke down, and all six women started brawling. Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka brawled with Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Then we had Ciampa defeating the phenomenal AJ Styles. So next week it will be Ciampa challenging Bobby Lashley for the United States title. I forgot where they put Edge on the show. He did come out and cut a promo talking about how he is going to destroy the Judgment Day, the group that consists of Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. We heard from Bobby Lashley, who cut a promo about his match next week against Ciampa. And then in the main event, it was the Usos retaining their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against the Mysterios in what I thought was a really good match. And afterwards, the Judgment Day, they would attack the Mysterios. Edge would come out to make the save. He would clothesline Damian Priest over the top rope. He would go after Finn Balor, but when he went to go try to hit the spear on Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley would push Dominic Mysterio in the way, and he wound up getting the spear instead of Balor. And Raw ended with Rey Mysterio and the medical staff checking on Dominic. So that was pretty much it for Monday Night Raw this week. An okay show, episode I should say, an okay episode tonight. So with that in mind, I will leave it at that. And if you guys watched Raw tonight, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. This has been my Raw recap for this week's episode. As always, I am Brian, and I will see you next time. See ya.